So, welcome back to the Swisscup 2011. We arrived at the final game. This is the lead of team the Cruz from Switzerland, who's facing Brad Gushue from Canada today in this final. I'm joined today by Logan Gray.
Thank you, Daniel. Looking forward to an exciting final this afternoon. Both these teams have had a tough road to get here, qualifying through the C road, and then of course 2 games today in the playoffs, and I think 2 deserving finalists.
Well, they definitely are. They had a tough road, as you said. My personal favorite here is the Cruz. What do you say?
I think they've got a good chance. I played against them in the quarterfinals this morning, and even with a 3-shot head start, we couldn't keep them at bay. So they certainly played really well against us, and they could well have the beating of the 2006 Olympic champion Brad Gushue,
as they have just beat Jeff Stoughton, the current world champion, in the semi-final. I think they have some good chances here to win it all. Just a side note here, it's the birthday of Valentin Tanner. That's the lead of Team Peter de Cruz, so they might have a lucky charm today.
He certainly had the lucky charm in the third end when we lost 4 to him earlier on.
That's him. He's only 19 years old.
Yeah, I don't think that's exactly where he would have hoped for his first 2 stones here in the first end. I like them just a couple of feet closer to the centre line, and a chance for Brad Gushue to try and get some play built up away from the centre without too much risk.
Brad Gushue having hammer here, looking to score 2 points in this first end.
And Adam Casey just over curling there and chipping the guard, but leaves it in a useful position. And without the last stone advantage, I don't think Peter de Cruz will want to see too much yellow granite building up around the rings.
Yeah, they will probably try to cut them down to only 1 point. So they will just stick around here. Nicely done by Gilles, second of Peter de Cruz's team.
Okay, but a great chance here for Jeff Walker, the second player for Team Brad Gushue, to take the play away from the centre. And I think the weight just a little bit heavier than hoped for. Seems to be what the sweepers are communicating anyway. And doesn't quite manage to make the roll behind the guard.
In the semi-final only a couple of minutes ago, Team Gushue was really struggling with the icing. What is your opinion of the ice here in Basel?
The ice has been pretty good. We played in our first game downstairs, and it was swinging great. We really enjoyed playing downstairs, and then when we came upstairs on Friday, it was a little straighter, and then, like by magic, on Saturday morning, it seemed to be swinging like 4 feet more than the night before. So I think the players have some thoughts on why why that might have happened, but everybody's been very secretive about it. But it's really swinging hard. The stones are super aggressive, and it makes it really difficult to play these lightweight shots, as
you can
Jeff
see
Walker
here
is finding at the moment. Not even close to that takeout there.
Yeah,
Maybe
big
just grabbed
miss here.
Might have just grabbed something. I think that's what Brad Gushue is saying there, smiling his face.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So not really something you can account for, but I think on the whole, not seen too many pickups this week, and it's really made for some excellent aggressive curling with the big swings out there on the ice. Of course, Brad Gushue needed an extra end to see off Tom Brewster in the semi-final, while Pierre de Cruz made easy work really of Jeff Stoughton in the end.
Yeah, what a game that was, really. Huge success for Peter de Cruz there.
Switch, whoa, switch, Gilles. Oh, ligne bien.
Yeah, it really was a huge scalp for the young Swiss team.
Bien poussé, hein?
Of course, they are a young team, but no shortage of experience. They have both a gold and a silver medal at the World Junior Championships over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, in the last junior season of them, they were really killing on average throughout the entire season. They had a 92%.
So here's Gushue's third player, Ryan Fry. Previously played second for the team. And you won't see that too often. I bet it's a few years since Brad Gushue has taken a tumble on the ice.
Yes.
I think it's probably going around here somewhere.
Look at that. That's an Olympic gold medalist going down right here.
Yeah.
I guess.
I burned it up here, so it would have been probably more in this area.
Okay, so just making the necessary adjustments. And Brad Gushue trying to get some of the blood to leave his face. But yeah, Ryan Fry, he played second for Team Gushue previously. Of course, the infamous Mark Nichols played third for the team, but he's obviously decided to take a year off.
Yes, I think he actually had a couple of tears going down his cheeks when he threw his last rock. I think last year was that. Yeah. Mark Nichols, of course, being a run-back machine, I guess.
Yeah, arguably the best shot maker in the world. Just incredible, some of the shots he can play. But he's not here today. And this is third player for Peter de Cruz's team. He also skips the team.
Wait! Allez, gars, ouais! Encore! Wait! Okay.
And Peter de Cruz looking good for forcing the one here in the first.
Oh, yeah. And just as a quick reminder, we've got a Facebook group. It's Live Curling on Laola1.tv. You can always ask questions on Facebook. Just hit that tiny little like button and we're happily answering questions here on air. Ryan Fry looking for the double takeout. And will Gushue be able to drag it out? Yes, he will.
And he manages to stay on his feet.
Ouais, si on peut rouler un poil là, c'est bien. Hein.
So still
Assuré.
Benoit Schwartz, the fourth player for Team de Cruz, with a good chance to force the one still.
Yeah, this guy is only 20 years old and started curling in 2004. Still, he's one of the most skilled Swiss players out there. One guy to look for in the future, definitely.
Oh, les gars, whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, unbelievable. This guy, so cool under pressure.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Situations I've seen him in, and he just draws the button ever so calmly. And you won't see him miss too many shots, that's for sure. But perhaps would like to roll over a little bit there, and Brad Gushue with the chance to try and generate the deuce here in the first end by drawing around their yellow corner guard. We haven't seen too much of the play going in this direction in the first end.
Brad Gushue, skip of the team from Newfoundland, Labrador, with his first shot in his first end at the Swisscup 2011. This is the final we are covering. This one is really cuddling in there.
May even be visible around the outside of the guard. Really looked like it was cutting hard from the hog line. But looks like they're just going to play the draw here.
Comme ça? Non, non, juste là. Ouais.
This of course being a great chance to force a point here.
Même là, Benoît, c'est pas trop grave. Si t'es à moitié caché là, ça va. Hein?
It's quite an aggressive call, Daniel. I do think they can probably see half the stone on the outside.
Definitely able. As we said before, Benoit Schwartz, he has definitely the weight down and can stay calm in any situation.
Yeah, absolutely fearless. But he could play a takeout around the outside of the guard here, and even if he just picks it, then he can force the one that way. So we'll see if this works out. There is always more than one way to skin a cat in curling.
This one looking a little bit heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Still very nicely positioned there.
So good enough to force Brad Gushue to draw for one here in the first end of our final of the 2011 Swiss Cup in Basel.
Brad Gushue looking to draw to the button. Basic shot for him. Shouldn't cause any troubles.
No problem here. Drops down onto the tee line, and it will be 1 yellow and a score of 1 for Team Gushue. And we've played one end here in our final, and it's Brad Gushue 1, Peter de Cruz 0. So this is Brad Gushue's lead player, Adam Casey, getting the second end underway. And the Sunday of the Swiss Cup has brought the introduction of time clocks to the games. Daniel, do you want to explain the situation there?
With the clocks, well, we've got time running out for every team. As soon as a team is shooting a rock, delivering a rock, the time starts. And when the rock comes to stop and the skip gives the house open to the opponent's skip, the time stops once again. We've got how many? 60 minutes for 8 ends here. Each team's got 60 minutes.
Et viens, Val.
to play their rocks. Especially after the Baden Masters 2011, this was really necessary, since over there many games went on and on and on. We had even games over 3 hours with 8 ends.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely something that needs to be addressed, especially when it really starts to get down to the business end of the competition, and big money at stake here. So of course the teams are entitled to one timeout along the way as well, but the clocks continue to run. And the two teams are, sorry, when the timeouts are called, then the clocks do stop even for the coach to come down, but as soon as the coach arrives, then it's very much just a 1 minute opportunity to speak to the coach. As this one really curling viciously.
This might have even picked something.
Yeah, it didn't look like a natural running path to me. So it just pushes the yellow into the ranks, and here we'll see Brad Gushue try and lock things down a little bit with a guard on the centre line.
So how much do you think did HP pay them?
I don't want to even speculate on that.
A huge sponsorship going on there. And look at that, really going sideways now.
Yeah, finds a pretty good spot though. Nice shot there by Jeff Walker. Jeff Walker, 2 times World Junior Champion in 2006 and 2007. Actually played out of Alberta with Charlie Thomas, and I believe just relocated to Newfoundland over the last year. So.
Oh! Attention! Oh! Oh! Jamais. Oh! Oh!
So a nice double peel here by Vui.
Open things up nicely here.
Previously the best third in Switzerland, I'm told.
Well, he used to play third for his brother Vui, for the team Vui playing out of Glarus. This team split up, it's not playing anymore. But, well, people used to say he's the best third of Switzerland, yes.
Surprising they didn't win more then with Martin Rios in the team as well.
Yeah. Martin Rios playing right now at the mixed European Championship in Copenhagen.
So, after a probable pickup, we think, it is Pierre de Cruz team in some serious trouble here in the second end, and a big raise needed from Vui. Doesn't manage to connect with either Yellowstone in the circles.
And the pressure is growing and growing in this second end here. Once again, as a quick reminder, you can always ask us questions on Facebook. Just like our Facebook page, that's Curling Live on Lola1.tv. Press that little tiny like button and you can write us any questions onto the wall. We're happily answering them.
And if we don't know the answers, we'll find somebody that will.
Don't we know anything, Logan?
Où il y a 4/5e où il y a la ligne qui passe là. Puis la ligne, c'est pas mal. Comme ça? Ouais. Ouais.
So Brad Gushue being in a really comfortable position right now, it's definitely the young Swiss team that has to react, has to do something.
So don't expect this one to be short of weight here. Here to Cruz, needing to find all the leg drive he can muster here.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
And manages to pick the top one off, and a really good shot there by De Cruz. That was certainly the stone that was really troubling them. And that'll make things a little more difficult for Gushue. Just the one stone to protect. One problem that Peter De Cruz' team may have here is that the draw on either handle's probably covered by corner guards, so really need to find a way to get that yellow out of the 4-foot circle at the moment.
And Ryan Fry is looking to cover that shot rock right now. A little bit of an overcurl there, but still, shot rock is covered. They need to peel it off once again. I think they're trying to run it back.
So it should be a much more straightforward run back here for Peter De Cruz. Just a similar throw required.
And that was a little swear word there by Benoit Schwartz. Didn't quite happen. Still, the 4-foot is open now.
A little bit surprised there to see them change the handle after he made the shot on the outturn the first time. They were throwing pretty much the same line, needing to hit the same angles. So I didn't quite get it to work out. If they'd hit probably in exactly the same place, then they probably would have made that shot on the outturn. So now Brad Gushue really trying to put some heat on Benoit Schwartz. Trying to find his way into the rings, you would feel here. Super draw here from Brad Gushue.
Perfectly cuddled in behind that center guard there. Perfect weight. Beautifully.
Ok. Tu viens out ou in? Ok, ça marche. Comme moi là. Faut pas trop de glace, ça cure pas beaucoup. Hein. Elle a pas beaucoup curé. Allez Ben. En plein, ça va aussi.
So Benoit Schwartz is going to play the very same shot Peter De Cruz just played a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, and switching back to the outturn again.
Yeah.
Wait! Wait! Foul! Do not need foul! Foul! Encore, allez.
So doesn't manage to lock it up, and it'll be the same draw again here for Brad Gushue.
This time around the port is a little bit wider than before. Big brushing effort here.
Right here. Fight the 4. Hard!
Once again, beautifully played by Brad Gushue.
Ouais. Juste faire ça comme ça. Tu viens, ti? Ouais, direct comme ça.
So they're probably going to switch to in-turn again, I guess.
Ti! Juste
Yeah,
ça.
I think they're just playing the draw, actually. And
Oh yeah, look at that.
even if they just feather off the yellow. So, an important shot here.
Non, c'est la même glace que lui.
Team de Cruz will not want to give up a score here to Team Gushue in the second end of the final here in Arlesheim.
Vitesse! Oh! Attention! Oh! Wow! 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 Rien! Jamais, les gars. Wow!
And this one looking to be really wide. And that's a huge miss by Benoit Schwartz. And he's not happy about it.
No, where was that draw this morning when he was at to draw the forfeit to beat me?
Isn't it so tough?
So, a huge steal of 2 there in the second end for Team Gushue, and 2 ends played here, and it's Gushue 3, de Cruz 0.
Allez, on va essayer de monter un peu le niveau. Allez. Val, essaie de mettre un peu plus de cœur sur tes pierres, peut-être. Elle part tout le temps bitter, quoi. Yeah.
And here's the introduction of Team Gushue. That's Adam Casey, 21 years old. He's playing lead for Gushue, and his major success was the Canadian Junior Champion title. Then we got Geoff Walker, an old friend of yours, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I played against him in the World Juniors in 06 and 07. I think we shared the spoils when we played against each other.
And then on third position, we've got Ryan Fry, age 33. He's an event manager, and his major success was the Swiss Chalet National Champion title 2009.
Yeah, of course, that's one of the slam events in Canada.
And Brad Gushue, I think he doesn't need any introduction. That's, of course, the Olympic gold medalist of 2006, playing together with Russ Howard back then. And these guys are playing out of the Bailey Haley Golf and Curling Club. They got a website. They're both on Facebook and Twitter, so you can follow them.
So a huge mistake there by the birthday boy, Valentin Tanner. Slips his corner guard into the front of the house, and that's not what's required if the Swiss team are to get back into this final.
2-3.
And Adam Casey just blasts that one off.
And actually, we've got a first question coming in. Whether I think Team de Cruz can reach the podium of the Swiss League in the first season. They're playing their first season in the men's in Switzerland. And actually, I think they are able to do so. Though right now they have to qualify for the Swiss Championship first. But if they're playing as well as they are playing here at the Swisscup, I think they have a pretty good chance to get, well, let's say, at least on the podium of the Swiss League. I don't want to say first, but on the podium.
Okay, Daniel, so you obviously know Swiss curling better than I do, but I guess when you're a junior team, you can't play in the men's competition. Is that accurate?
It's not happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's almost something that's encouraged in Scotland, so that the young teams can get the experience of playing against the likes of David Murdoch and Tom Brewster.
Which is a good thing, I think. Wasn't it in the women's final last year that the junior team was there?
Yeah, it certainly was. Hannah Fleming's team went through the round robin undefeated, and then lost out in the end. Sorry, it was and actually Anna Sloan's team. They had Anna Sloan's team actually won the competition, and she was also playing in the juniors with Heath Muirhead. So.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It was an all junior final in the women's competition.
Wow, that's true, eh? No, in Switzerland, unfortunately that's not possible. But I think we've got a pretty good men's league as well. And what a beautiful shot here by the Canadians! Wow, getting rid of everything. Puts a smile on his face.
Même au centre. Hein?
Okay, so Peter de Cruz choosing to persevere with the corner guards here. Gilles going on the out-turn hand this time.
Poil plus court, hein? Un peu moins.
Looking a little bit weary.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of games of curling in the last 3 days. Must be getting up around 10 games over 3 days, I think.
I think so, yeah, definitely. And these guys were right down in the Sea Road as well. So they had a couple of games. A couple of tough ones too. Ryan Fry really flying over the sheet here.
Yeah, I think he was trying to set some sort of new record for getting your chin close to the ice there.
Yeah.
So, Team de Cruz deciding to take a risk and try and tap this yellow to the back of the tee line. I'm sure they would even settle for a freeze here.
Peter de Cruz desperately looking for a freeze here.
I think a road clock just went flying there.
Yeah.
Looks a little heavy. Oh, and actually a super shot there by Peter de Cruz.
Nicely done. So Valentin Tanner, their birthday kid, asked me whether I could make a little advertisement for them. They've got a Facebook group. It's Team de Cruz. You can find them on Facebook if you like what you're seeing here, even though they're 3 in behind. But they're a good team.
And they may just have got the break that they were looking for. As a huge mistake there from Ryan Fry.
Alors même un peu derrière. Même un peu derrière, même là. Faut pas laisser de double. Parce que si on est là à moitié caché, enfin même là. Okay.
And I don't think that Team de Cruz need to go too crazy here. They just need to score 2 to get back into this game.
Yeah.
But they are choosing to go around the guards. Certainly looked initially at drawing the open side. I'd say probably more in favour of that call at this stage.
I'm definitely sharing your opinion there. That's one of the things that can happen with well, I don't want to say inexperienced, but less experienced skips than the opponent.
Yeah, I don't see at this point how they can really make 3. So for me, just go on and make a safe 2.
7-8. Ligne bonne. Complètement dans le 12 pieds, c'est bon. Ligne parfaite. Wow! Wow, wow, wow! Wow! Attention la ligne. Ouais! Ouais! Wow! Ouais, ouais, ouais! Fort! Oui!
Oh.
Ooh.
Just lost that one.
Comme elle est partie sur la fin.
And rubs the guard, or rubs the stone in the house. But still, not an easy double takeout, so Brad Gushue just trying to play a cut weight here.
Yeah.
And try and hit and roll off the wide one to freeze the stone at the back of the 8 foot.
I like this, Brad. We'll call it. I'll call it.
Would you like to speculate, Daniel, as to why Brad Gushue's number is 76?
Well, actually, I was wondering too. 76. What's his age again? He's definitely younger than that.
Yep.
76.
Yeah, he was born in 1980.
Well, it's kind of hard. I know that, for example, 64, the number Randy Ferbey used to wear on his back, were his 6 national titles in Canada and the 4 world titles. Can't really see any same deal with Gushue, so what are you saying?
Unless it's provincial titles or something like that, but I don't know. I think some of the players in Canada, they use like their favourite hockey player's number and
that could
things like that, or their birthday. I don't think it's his birthday unless it's the 7th of June. So different people use different ideas behind their favourite numbers.
Do you know whether the numbers on the Murdoch side mean anything?
Yes. I know a good friend of mine, Ross Patterson, that plays second for Dave Murdoch. His involves the number of football titles that Rangers Football Club
Oh, there you go.
have won. I'm sure it's 54, and it's is it like the number of league titles I think that Rangers Football Club have won over the years, and that's actually a world record, I'm told.
yeah.
So he goes for that. I don't know about the other guys. Certainly, I know. I think it was Glenn Howard's team. Maybe they first came across to started wearing the numbers, and I think it was Craig Saville that said that he uses his favourite ice hockey player to
that could
have
be
his number.
The Howard side being one of the most humorous teams out there with the white belts.
Yep.
And nice little videos on YouTube.
Yep. And the spats on their shoes.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so Brad Gushue trying to draw around this wide stone here to force the one, and I think just rubbed the backside there. So still more than half of that stone available to Benoit Schwartz, and a missed opportunity here in the third end. However, if they can blank this one, they can try and set up in the fourth end to try and get the deuce or even more and get back into this game. So Benoit Schwartz with the last stone here of the third end. Looks reasonably happy, and quite rightly. Never looks that excited, so it's it's kind of hard to read him.
Reasonably happy, I think I'll stick with that.
Yeah.
On connaît la vitesse maintenant, vraiment.
So 3 ends played here in the 2011 Swisscup final, and Gushue, after a huge steal in the second end, leading by 3 shots to 0.
And as you can see, we will have the World Men's Curling Championship 2012 here in Basel, Switzerland. You can watch that on the internet as well, or just come by and sit in the crowd. We are looking forward to that.
Yeah, we drove past the arena there en route from the airport on Thursday. Looks very impressive.
This arena, of course, being the home of, well, it's not the arena, but right afterwards, right next to it, there's the home of the FC Basel, who just tied a game with Manchester United.
Yeah, my lead player, Sandy Gilmore, wasn't too happy about that one. Big Man United fan. He wasn't too impressed when we put his idol on the biography forms as Arsene Wenger. And do you know how FC Basel did against Servette yesterday? We were looking at getting tickets, but changed our mind.
In fact, I don't. No clue.
Oh, well then.
To be quite honest, being from Bern, I'm not a big fan of Basel.
Well, the one good thing about Bern in comparison to Basel is that it has a water park. We were in desperate need of a water park yesterday afternoon, and we couldn't make use of one. So, real shame not to see the Bern Trophy being run this year.
Yeah, same here. It's too bad.
Yeah, such a great competition and run for so many years, but it has run its course and almost been replaced at the moment by Champery Masters.
Exactly, yeah.
Which kicks off in 3 weekends' time. Team Peter de Cruz will be there. And your team as well, Daniel?
No, we won't compete in any other CCT event this year. We don't have any money left.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
I'm happy I have somebody else to pay for my entry fees. Especially when we have weekends like last weekend in Oslo and we don't win any money.
And Oslo being one of the most expensive spots on this planet.
Yeah, we chose not to venture too far away from the ice rink that weekend. So, one thing's for sure, Team Gushue are not going to try anything too risky or too fancy. They're just going to make Team Peter de Cruz do all the hard work.
Exactly.
Pas plus long que 4.
And Team de Cruz choosing to go into the house quite early here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. As you mentioned before, it's not necessary to take too much of risk here.
Yes. Lean, bud.
I certainly am always a big fan of trying to run a few stones down in the end and then make my attack into the house. Just give the opposition as little time as possible to get themselves out of any trouble that my team can put them in.
Yeah.
So going in early, and a really nice draw here by Gilles V. So Jeff Walker just going to peel the guard here.
No problems whatsoever on that one.
Deux, 3. Okay, lean, Ben.
Yeah, there's definitely some bags under his eyes.
Yeah, some huge bags actually. Well, he always looks a little bit tired, but
Max. Whoa.
was a long weekend.
Tout seul, tout seul.
I'm sure it is very tiring being an HR training coordinator as well. So just going a little bit closer to the house on this occasion, and Brad Gushue exploring the possibility of making a double. Ryan Fry perhaps preferring the safe option and just picking the guard off.
Once again, getting really, really close to the eyes with his chin.
Yeah, if he slid any lower, he wouldn't be able to see the brush for the stone. Okay, so at some stage, Peter de Cruz is going to have to try and do something with these yellow stones. They are lying in third shot position at the moment.
Parce que si on tape en plein, il va faire le double. Juste rouler un peu. Hein? Plein, non, il est en double. Non, il y a le double. Elles sont ça écartées quand même.
So I think normally in this sort of situation you would come down and bump the two yellows and sit on the face, but wouldn't create too much separation between the two red stones. So perhaps maybe they're going to come and hit and roll off the yellow and try and spread the two red stones apart.
You don't want to leave a double here. Even though Mark Nichols is not in the team anymore, they won't have any problems with a double like that.
Well, we saw the last end. They left a half chance of a double, and Brad Gushue cleaned up without any problem whatsoever.
Oh, whoa, whoa, jamais. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Rien, rien, whoa.
So, possibly even leaves the double.
Yeah, that's exactly the situation we were thinking, but no, he's not going for the double.
Playing it safe here. Oh, and just kisses the back of the yellow stone in the 8-foot circle and sits in a really nice spot there.
Wow. Got a little bit lucky on that one. Now they're sitting perfectly.
Ouais, en plein, c'est pas mal. Même un poil sur l'extérieur, c'est bon quoi. Vraiment un poil.
Peter Cruz sure needs a really accurate shot here.
Essayer de venir vite.
Yeah, the big problem here for de Cruz is making the double, but also getting the red stones apart. I think it's going to be really difficult for them to do that.
Oh, whoa, whoa, oh, Wayne! Wayne! Funny, Wayne!
And makes the double, but as we said, doesn't get any separation between the two red stones at the front of the house, and should be a really straightforward double peel for number 76, Brad Gushue.
And you might have seen that in behind on the watches on the wall on the clock there. Peter de Cruz is running a little bit late there. They have 4 minutes less than Brad Gushue. Of course, it's Team de Cruz that has to play the tough shots.
Yeah, but Daniel, you'd probably really only need about 7 minutes to play each end. Certainly earlier on we were struggling a little bit. We only had 24 minutes to play the last 4 ends, so we had to pick up the pace a bit there. But I think the game has been reasonably quick-paced. Doesn't mean too much thinking going on, not a huge amount of stones in play at any point, apart from maybe the second end, but straightforward decisions to be made. So team Brad Gushue doing a really good job here of keeping team the Cruz at bay and not letting them build up anything at all. Team the Cruz at the moment just not quite able to get the stones in the right position when they're setting up.
And once again, as a quick reminder, you can always ask us questions on our Facebook page. It's curling live on Lola1.tv. We're happily answering questions if we know them. We're still trying to find out what the 76 on Gushue's back means. If you know that, just write us.
Maybe he just thinks it's a nice number.
You never know.
Or maybe it's his goal for more Canadian titles and world titles than Randy Ferbey. Although Brad Gushue, of course, has one title that Randy Ferbey hasn't got, and starting to look less and less likely that he'll be able to get.
Yeah.
Time not on Randy Ferbey's side, but Brad Gushue, of course, has the 2006
Olympic title.
Yeah, Olympic gold medal in his collection. So Benoit Schwartz, again, just throwing into the rings here.
Oh, actually, he's throwing this one away.
Apologies, I kind of lost track of
Blanking
what was happening in that end. So, a blank end and 4 ends played. The halfway stage, and Team Gushue leading by 3 shots to 0.
Yeah, Team Gushue's been really dominating the first half of this game as they're putting up the tasks, and Team the Cruz has to fulfill them, react, do something.
This is Adam Casey, previous Scottish junior champion, Canadian junior champion, of course. May have problems winning the Scottish junior championships.
May have.
Or even qualifying for it. And that's not really the kind of stone you would expect from a Canadian junior champion. Should really have been into the house there, and that's definitely something Peter de Cruz will be happy to see and happy to use later on to try and generate some sort of score here in the 5th.
So Valentin Tunner coming up a little bit too heavy. Still the rock sits in front of the house.
And not one of Adam Casey's best ends he'll ever play at lead. Throws one short of the house and then one back of the tee line. And And really, that could cause Team Gushue some problems here in the fifth end, so perhaps this isn't over yet, Daniel.
Yes. Let's see whether Team the Cruz is able to make something out of it.
Certainly a great opportunity. Nice draw there by Valentin Tanner. And Brad Gushue deciding you really have no choice here but to follow them down. Okay, so choosing to peel the corner in the end.
So, Logan, we finally got an answer to the ongoing question of the 76 on Gushue's back. Newfoundland and Labrador, Gushue's home province, won their only Brier title in 1976, apparently.
There you go. Brad Gushue, a bit of a curling historian. I'm sure you'll be looking to change that in the near future.
Yeah.
He certainly had a few pops at the Brier now.
I think he's been in the final twice.
Yeah, he certainly has been in the final, yeah.
So thanks a lot, Jeff, for the answer here.
Deux, trois. Juste là, c'est parfait, juste là. Hein? Là, les gars. Si. Ok, ça curle un peu beaucoup.
And the sweepers having to work hard in this one.
This one is really moving sideways.
Okay.
And that is a wide corner guard.
So they're going to draw once again here. This one looking heavy once again. Cuddling in now, but it's not gonna move enough. Still, the team from Newfoundland Labrador around Brad Gushue's line shot right now. Though in a pretty bad position back there.
Yeah, so a pretty slack end so far by Team Gushue. They certainly would not want to see all the play at the back of the tee line here.
Ok, vitesse, 5. Oui. Ok, mon vitesse. Wow. 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 Changez. Sur la fin. Oui, maintenant, oui. Allez. Fort. Tout le monde, les gars, encore.
So a quick switch of the brushes there to try and get some extra curl. And I've tried to explain switching on the air before, nearly died to death, so I'll give you a shot at it, Daniel.
Actually, I just was hoping that you were giving it a try there. Well, it's really a philosophy, I guess. Do you think it really helps the switching?
Yes.
Okay, it does. It does. Thank you for that one. No, actually, well, I think it doesn't help that much if you're not really sure what the effect of it is. Basically, it, well, at least that's what I think. It's to brush one half of the running surface a bit. You're shaking your head, Logan.
Oh, I
Come
can't
on.
believe. Are you just doing this so that I have to try and explain this again? Because it's an absolute nightmare to explain. Basically, it is about what way around you have the brush, which brush you have closest to the stone, which sweeper on each side. And basically, if you have a sweeper sweeping against the stone, the way the stone's curling, closest to the stone, you can make it run straighter than if you have them the other way around. You can make it curl more if you have the stone on the opposite side from the way the stone's curling. The player on the opposite side from the way the stone's curling, sweeping closest to the stone, then you can make it curl more, is the idea.
There you go. Was it that hard?
I got a little bit tongue-tied, but I did a much worse job the last time I tried to explain it, and I hope I never have to do it again. So, yeah, they just switched the brushes around there to try and make it curl a little more. Not really something I'd advise on this kind of swinging ice conditions. It's really difficult to lose the stone, and it just starts to get a little bit messy when you have to keep changing the brushes back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh! Attention! Oui! Wow! 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 Wow, Gilles! Wow! Rien! Allez! Merci.
And a nice peel here by Peter de Cruz. He even was able to put a rock behind the guard. It won't count in the end, but still open things up here.
So just a controlled takeout weight here, really, from Ryan Fry. Doesn't quite make the double, but frees up that red stone. Takes off the backing. So a great shot there by Ryan Fry. And Team Gushue lying 2 here in the 5th end.
On est shot en plein? Bon, c'est à moi. Ouais, en plein. Juste ça. Ouais, plein, c'est de ça. Ouais, en plein. Assuré si tu fais large. Ouais. Ouais. On vient quand même du même sens? Hein? Ouais. Poil moins. Assuré en plein.
So Daniel, what's the call here from Peter de Cruz?
Peter Cruz is going to just run that yellow rock onto the other one, trying to get rid of both of them.
Okay, so we'll see if he manages to execute that. I'd be surprised if he played a more control weight here and actually tries to hold the red stone on the face of the top stone. Try and prevent a double takeout. And just hit slightly on the wrong side to do that, so a little bit of a mistake there from Peter, and leaves the double takeout for Brad Gushue. Really difficult shot there. They didn't want to hit on the other side and drive the top yellow towards their red at the back of the forefoot. So just an inch out, really. Brad Gushue already played one super double takeout on the in turn. Can he make another one here? No problem at all.
Beautiful. Wow, what a shot. So Logan, you've seen the teams that were competing in this Bonspiel here. Did you expect those two teams to be in the final?
I would say I'm surprised to see Peter de Cruz there, but having seen him play this weekend, then I'm really not surprised. I'm not surprised at all to see Brad Gushue there, of course. He's been there and done it all. Wins tournaments regularly in Canada. I'm a little surprised to see Jeff Stoughton struggle in the semi-final against Peter de Cruz. Perhaps the ice conditions not quite right for Sir Jeff. I think they were definitely the two favourites for the competition.
Yeah, I think so too, actually.
But we have had some shock results along the way. Certainly Murdoch and Ulsrud going out early on Saturday. Not really even getting close to qualifying.
Exactly. Same with a couple of really strong Swiss teams as Hauser, who played with Tony Miller, both Olympic bronze medalists, and Team Schwaller, who's been to the Worlds for Switzerland as well.
Yeah, some of the big names in Europe just looking a little out of sorts so far this season. Team Ulsrud not off to the greatest of starts. They went out in the quarterfinals last week in Oslo.
Same deal in Baden as well.
Yeah, and then really got nowhere. I think they went 1-3 this week or around there. And Christoph Schwaller with a new front end, I believe, or a new lead in third. And
exactly.
Moved Mr. Hurleman up to third. So maybe they're just still gelling that new team.
And sort of the same deal with the Hauser rank.
And no sign of Mr. Kernusian these days?
No, actually not. I think Kernusian resigned actually from elite Swiss curling. He is still around in a couple of Swiss Bonspiels, but not in the big European ones. The big Bonspiels, which are part of the Curling Champions Tour.
Yeah, some of these experienced Swiss curlers choosing to pass the torch on to the likes of Jan Hauser and Tony Muller, and maybe even these guys.
Peter de Cruz.
Certainly lost a few big-name curlers in the last few years with Ralph Stöckli and
Marcus Egler.
Simon Struben, who of course coaches Team Peter de Cruz. He's sitting up there in the rafters somewhere watching this game. That could be another steal here for Team Gushue.
Certainly close. I think we'll see a measure here.
Oh, yeah, we'll measure.
Yeah, there we go. We'll see a measure. So, what's the deal in Scotland right now? The Scottish force, Murdoch, didn't have the best start of the season either.
Well, Team Murdoch, they played in Baden, and I believe they made the semi-finals.
Yeah.
Where they lost out to arch nemesis Tom Brewster.
Yeah.
And then they've been in Canada for the last 2 weekends. They were playing in the shootout, I think, and then the point optical.
Okay.
And they actually qualified in both of those competitions for the quarterfinals.
Oh, great. Okay.
And they came directly to Basel. So they've been on the road for 3 weeks now, and I think they're pretty tired.
Yeah, must be.
They came straight here on Wednesday, I think they arrived. So I think maybe just suffering a little bit with jet lag and not quite able to recreate the form that they had out in Canada. They felt like they really played well out there. So I'm sure they'll bounce back when the teams travel to Champéry in a few weeks' time. And looks like it's just good enough to be one red.
Oh yeah, look at it.
And
That is one red.
a sigh of relief from Team Peter de Cruz.
They're on the board.
5 ends played here in Basel, and it's Gushue 3, de Cruz 1.
And apparently the hole is not really centered. Well, according to Team Gushue. Well, I guess that's birthday's luck.
Well, I think they're going to need a little bit more luck than that if they're going to get back into this game. And we're going for a big push on the World Men's Curling Championships during this final in Basel. 31st of March until the 8th of April next year. And you can check out on the website there for all the details. But much more importantly here, we have the Swisscup in Basel to settle. And it's the young side skipped by Peter de Cruz, trailing Brad Gushue by 3 shots to 1 after 5 ends and a whole lot of work to do.
Oh yeah.
So Daniel, how is Peter de Cruz going to get back into this game? What does he need to try and do?
Well, as you can see, he's definitely going to try a steal here. That's why he's putting up a center guard. I'm pretty convinced that he is going to put up a second center guard. He really needs to get back on the board, get back into the game. So we'll see a lot of rocks in play, a really offensive way of playing. A lot of guards come around, maybe tap backs instead of takeouts.
Yeah, for sure they're going to try and keep as many stones in play as possible. And Adam Casey was playing for their team in the last end, but does a much better job here and stays in front of the tee line. Redeems himself after the demons of the 5th end. So a long guard this time from Valentin Tanner. Wants to keep these as far apart as possible to prevent any double peel opportunity for Team Gushue.
Whoa. Quelle passe.
Actually, we've got another question coming in, and that was one question according to a little comment you did before, and that is why the Burn Open is not happening anymore. And I can answer that one. They didn't find any sponsors. It's quite hard to find sponsors for a big curling bonspiel, and it's expensive to organize one. There's always much money at stake. I think the winner of this game here is going to win 13,000 Swiss francs. And, well, they just didn't find enough sponsors for the Burn Open, and that's why it's not going to happen this year.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe even the same situation with Lucerne this year. Tour director Armin Harder shaking his head. I won't go into it too much. Touchy subject. Okay, so Gilles Vuy with the intern draw. Trying to get something in a scoring position. And
wow. Beautiful run back here by the Canadians.
I'm not too sure they'll be happy with that one, Daniel. There.
Oh, well, my bad, but you know, as we mentioned before, they don't want to have any rocks in play.
Yeah, but more than that, they don't want lots of stones in the center line, and they certainly don't want any red stones behind all the stones in the center line. So, huge mental error there by Jeff Walker. And perhaps the opportunity that Team de Cruz need to get back into this final. It's been one-way traffic for the first 5 ends. But a huge mistake there by Jeff Walker. So,
well, at least this time they know what they have to play.
Yeah, they should know the ice for this shot.
Juste là, c'est parfait.
So makes the peel there that he was supposed to make the first time.
Juste un.
Maybe a little bit of an
Juste,
overcorrection there from Jeff Walker. Played the shots the wrong way around. So I'm pretty sure Peter de Cruz is going to try and protect what they have there. He got a little bit excited there about this opportunity. Just would have lost his brush. So looking for a long guard to stop the run back.
Ouais, il faut qu'elle curle beaucoup, hein. Prends-la derrière la jaune.
He has a lot of curling to do here.
Wayne, fort pour ligne, Wayne. Fini là. Tout le monde gagne.
And actually coming right in again here.
Encore.
And a nice shot there by de Cruz.
And once again, as a quick reminder, you can always ask questions on Facebook. It's Curling Live on Lolo1.tv. That is our Facebook page. You just have to hit that little like button, and then you're able to ask questions.
And they just can't find this raise at the moment. And Brad Gushue starting to look a little anxious here in the 6th.
And that could be the break Team de Cruz was craving for so long.
Encore un petit peu moins même, je pense. Non, moins.
Just ran dead straight down. I figured it run pretty. Even if we get it onto that goes right on the belt.
Peter de Cruz with his second shot here. In the 6th end of the final of the Swisscup 2011.
Faire bondir à gauche.
So just trying to bounce off this guard and onto the center line. Does a great job there. So the big concern here for Brad Gushue is that he has no way into the forefoot. Really, he could come around the outside on the left-hand side of the picture, on the right-hand side that we're looking at. He needs to open things up somehow. So the heater coming down here from Ryan Fry, trying to spray as many of these red stones as possible.
And he was not able to move much here. This end is looking better and better and better for Team de Cruz.
Yeah, well, the guards are sitting nicely for Team de Cruz. All the angles working for them. Now, the big choice is, do they throw another guard here and then throw a draw with their second one, or do they throw a draw and then a guard? That's the big question.
Which one would you pick?
Well, by playing the draw here, I can tell you that Brad Gushue is going to try and run that yellow guard up there, I would have thought.
Yeah.
And it's probably just going to give him more room for error. I'd be tempted to throw a guard on the red on the centre line. On the yellow on the centre line, even. But it does look like a relatively simple raise on the red on the right-hand side as well, so very much a personal preference thing here, I think. And if one guy can find the forefoot, it's Mr. Schwartz.
Ligne pas mal. Attention. Ouais. 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 Fort. Fort, les gars, ouais. Allez, 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 fort.
Big brushing effort here. And they're not able to drag it by. But they get rid of that raise.
They've got rid of the raise on the Yellowstone here, but they can still play the nose hit on this right-hand red.
The thing is, two angles have to be right on this shot. And there's one yellow in the back where a red rock can always jam onto.
So Brad Gushue trying to tidy up this mess that his team's created, his middle order created. Nice setup play by Adam Casey. Jeff Walker and Ryan Fry really making a bit of a pig's ear of things here. So gets rid of the danger stone.
Number 76.
So for me, that stone in the 4-foot and the 12-foot isn't good enough to steal. Let's try and listen in to what the plan is.
Si on pousse en plein. Non, non, il n'est pas dedans. On est d'accord. Même avec un petit angle, comme ça. Juste la pousser là. Allez, Evan. Hein? Ouais, ça va hyper vite là.
So Bruno Schwartz will try to push that red rock in the top 12-foot circle
Ça va vraiment hyper
as
vite.
closest to the button as possible,
Ça va hyper vite.
with a little angle behind those two rocks sitting on the center line.
Vitesse. Ouais, ouais. Wow. Wow, wow. Attention, attention. Wow! Wow! Rien, les gars! Jamais! Jamais, 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 jamais! Wow! Rien, rien! Rien du tout, lui! Wow, 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 wow! Ouais, ouais, go, go, go! Allez, 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 allez!
Very nicely executed here. Beautiful shot. That's exactly what they were looking for.
Yeah, it's been difficult to judge those tap-ups with the huge curl on the ice from the hog line in. So a great shot there by Benoit Schwartz.
Ben non, arrête de bouger.
So Brad Gushue with the run back attempt here in the sixth end. Final stone. And maybe if he's really good here, they can score two.
Beautiful shot.
Doesn't quite manage to squeeze the shooter in. And a score of 1. And Brad Gushue retains the advantage here in the final. Always wise for Peter de Cruz to check with Ryan Fry that it's definitely out of the house. And it's a score of 1. Brad Gushue 4, Peter de Cruz 1. And Team Gushue really got out of jail free there. Daniel?
Well, I've got to say that Team Gushue is looking much better than in the semi-final. They were really struggling against Team Brewster. In the end, they got the edge, though, in the extra end.
Brad Gushue going the long way with the scoreboard. They're obviously a little bit more simple in Newfoundland.
Yeah, must be. Must be.
Well, the sweepers having to go hard in this one. Adam Casey didn't have a great time coming this way the last time. Well, the sweepers get this one to the house. Oh dear. So Adam Casey just struggling a little with the ice. And getting his stones up to the required point at the top of the 4-foot circle.
Ok, le cœur un peu bizarre, elle a peut-être pris quelque chose.
Birthday kid Valentine Tunner looking for a corner guard here.
Là. Là, c'est parfait. Oui. Ah oui. Ok. Pas mal. Ouais, bien sûr. Je suis bête.
Adam Casey with a big white shot.
Yeah, really the Ultimate insult for Lee to have to hit his own stone off.
Côté.
Sure is. Well, he's not having a really good game. Not at all.
Oh, really, just a second then that separates these two teams.
Même hauteur. La même, hein, les gars. Là.
Big mistake with the draw by Benoit Schwartz, slipping through the 4-foot circle and giving the 2 shots to Team Gushue. Nothing to lose now for Team Pierre de Cruz. They need to go all out now to get back into this game. Certainly to try and score 2 here in the 7th end. Jeff Walker does a better job than the last end, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, in a situation like that, you really have to stay calm, even though you're leading. These peel-weighted takeout shots, they really have to be accurate. You don't want to stick around and leave a guard for the opponent.
Pas plus court, hein, les gars. Oui. Ok, viens m'aider. Super.
Maybe a little too flat to make the double peel there.
They were close.
So Gilles Vuy again throwing the corner guard. At what stage do you think Team Pierre de Cruz will choose to make a play and go into the house here?
I'm pretty convinced that they put up guards until the very last chance, which would most probably be the second shot of Peter de Cruz himself. I think they either choose to go in with Benoit Schwartz's second rock or with Peter de Cruz's second rock and Benoit Schwartz's first. It's really all or nothing right now.
So Ryan Fry makes the peel again for Gushue. So I think we'll probably see one more guard from Pierre de Cruz, and then it'll be time to go in around the guard. Whichever one Team Gushue decides to leave. And the great thing for Pierre de Cruz in this situation is it'll only take one miss from Team Gushue and they can even score 3 here. Nothing really to worry about in the centre of play.
Yes, chill. Oh. Oh. Pas plus loin. Et là,
This one's looking a little bit heavy.
non.
So Brad Gushue is going to attempt a double takeout and roll in with the shooter himself. Let's see if Ryan Fry is up for that task. Flying Ryan is coming down.
Must be pretty close here. So a nice attempt, hits a fraction too thick.
La même ligne, hein.
Does improve the situation, but Still something for De Cruz to come around here.
Ça va carré.
I'm sure Brad Gushue will be happier that that stone's yellow than red, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Même c'est derrière.
Peter De Cruz, skip of the young Swiss team, trying to draw in behind that yellow rock.
Large. Rien maintenant, les gars. Rien maintenant. Gilles, il faudra la finir. Gilles, sur la fin. Sur la fin. Tout derrière, les gars, ouais. 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 Jamais lâcher, les gars, ouais. Encore. Encore, les gars, ouais. Encore, Gilles. Ouais, ouais.
So you see Gilles V sweeping with the curl there, closest to the stone, to try and force it to bend around the guard. Trying to illustrate my point I was not very succinctly making earlier on. So Gushue going after this one, trying to remove it from play. Probably seeing half of that stone from the house, from the hack, sorry. Oh, and the worst possible result there from Brad Gushue. Just clicks the guard.
And what a chance for Team De Cruz. That's exactly the miss they were trying to force here.
Okay. Et les gars, devant, 5.
And this game is not over just yet.
No, a lifeline for Team De Cruz and Benoit Schwartz with a good draw here. Could set up the chance to score 3. You were looking for this one on the tee line. Doesn't want it too close to the guard, because for sure Brad Gushue is going to run that one back.
It looks really heavy to me. Going right through the rings.
So looking slightly discontent, and then Gushue will come down here at maybe back ring weight and just try and push one through and roll over and nullify that other red by freezing on the face.
Got Gushue coming down the sheet in this 7th end of the final. The Swisscup 2011, the 3rd event of the Curling Champions Tour 2011.
Oh, and a great line here. You see on the camera, makes the roll as well. And
beautiful.
Certainly won't be easy now for Schwartz to.
And a sign of relief on Gushue's face there.
Could this be worth trying to come around on the outhand? I can't even imagine where Peter De Cruz needs to hold the brush to make that shot. Maybe at the hog line, maybe?
Yeah. And Team De Cruz being down almost to 8 minutes now. As we mentioned before, you need about 7 minutes for one end. So they still got some seconds extra there.
Yeah, maybe they can borrow some of Gushue's time.
Deux tirs en tout cas. Parce que le problème, c'est que même si tu prends une moitié, tu sors avec, je pense. Hein. On essaie.
So, trying to make it on the in hand. That's going to be really tough, whatever hand they come on.
Non, non, plus. Faut un peu plus que backline. Il faut la pousser dehors.
I think this shot's almost impossible in this handle.
And it's really, really tough to call as well.
Test. Ouais.
So Benoit Schwartz trying to keep his team alive.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Must be pretty close. And maybe
It's
just
too heavy.
still a little too much weight, and it's one red. And Peter de Cruz will trail Brad Gushue going into the last end by 4 shots to 2. And it will be Brad Gushue with the last stone in the 8th. Missed opportunity there with Benoit's first stone. Needed to be around the tee line and just slipped a few feet too far.
So this was most probably the decision of this game here. Just a quick reminder, the World Men's Curling Championship will be happening here in Basel as well from the 31st of March to the 8th of April 2012.
On met une garde là, on met une garde là, on vient derrière, on met une garde de l'autre côté, il enlève nouveau la garde, on aura 3 dedans, on mettra un autre de lit.
So I may be wrong here, but Peter de Cruz discussing the possibility of throwing 2 corner guards to try and make Brad Gushue face 3.
Exactly that was
with his last stone, and hope for a hit and roll out from the 2006 Olympic champion to create a steal of 2.
That's exactly what he was discussing with his team.
Assez haut, juste 2 les gars.
Do you speak French?
Un peu.
T'as besoin d'aide?
Un peu. There we go.
Ok. 2. Faut qu'elle curl. Oui. Allez.
So this is a lot of curling to do if they wanted to be a corner guard. That one kind of a little bit in no man's land. 6 minutes 53 remaining only for Team de Cruz.
And they're not going to play any fast shots in this end, so we might see them struggling with the time limit.
I think as long as their players are ready in the hack to play and Peter de Cruz makes reasonably quick decisions, then they should be okay.
2. Deux. Ligne bonne. Ligne bonne. Juste là. Faut pas plus bas, les gars. Hein. Juste là. Oui. Allez. Jusque là, les gars. Parfait. Encore. Oui, les gars. Super.
Okay, so 2 guards from Tanner, and just throwing this one away as well, you would think. Team Gushue wanting to give Peter de Cruz no stones to work with.
And Casey having 100% end.
Maybe his first of the last few ends.
Yes.
On peut même mettre encore une garde derrière ça. Hein. Et viens là.
Yeah, so Peter de Cruz, I'll need to start throwing some stones into the house. Gilles Vuy,
Vitesse.
the
Oui.
most experienced or certainly the oldest member of this team at 28.
Ligne. Oh, oh. Ça curle trop. Wow. Tout seul, les gars. Plus rien, plus rien, plus rien.
His curling idols, Pat Ryan and the great Hammy McMillan from Stranraer.
The one and only.
Yeah, represented Scotland at the European Championships last year in Champéry. And of course, won the World Championships in 1999. Beating Jeff Stoughton in the final, absolutely.
Yeah.
You would have been about 9 years old then, Daniel, is that right?
That is right. That was my second year of curling then.
Hammy McMillan not competing this year, as far as I know, in the Scottish Championships for, I would guess, probably the first year in 30 or I don't know. He's played a few Scottish Championships and he's certainly won a few as well.
So he's not competing this year. Wow. Well, one thing I can tell you, he's just as energetic as a coach as he is as a player.
Yeah, you've obviously seen him coaching his son.
Exactly, yeah.
He's a passionate man. So Jeff Walker goes for the one in the house there, but misses on the pro side and chips the guard off. So Peter de Cruz choosing to throw one into the house here. Playing this end very nicely so far. Calling a great end.
Juste 4. Ligne bonne. Devant-y. Ça curle trop. Whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Line
Laisse
looking
là.
pretty good here. I think they would like this one in the
Pas
forfeit
trop loin,
circle.
hein.
This will be one of their counters they're looking for.
They have to go in pretty deep now.
Yeah, just a little too much running on it. I don't think they wanted that one to stop on the on the tee line and set up a easy double.
Okay.
You can go over the top. I think we make a play at this for sure. Just forward.
Okay, so Ryan Fry going after the one in the house here. And they won't be too upset just to peel the guard off. Oh, and a beautiful shot here from Ryan Fry. I don't know if they really wanted to finish there though.
There wasn't much rotation on that shot. Something that can really kill a shot on a swingy surface like we have here in Basel.
Yeah,
turned out well for them though.
I found that out the hard way a few times this weekend. So the Cruz looking for something similar, might even go for the freeze this time.
Ligne bonne. Ouais, ligne, ouais. Ligne, oui. Hop, hop. Oh. Ligne
Line
parfaite,
certainly
c'est les
looking
6-7, hein.
pretty similar to the last time.
Ligne parfaite pour T.
Line's
Oh, les
perfect.
gars, wow. Collier. Oh. Oh.
Great freeze here by de Cruz.
Beauty.
So options here for Brad Gushue.
Well, Well, as you can see, he's pointing out that freeze rock there. Or he can always play the hit and roll. Or he's even thinking of the run back.
I think this is certainly the safest call. He talked about a few things there. Peeling the guard, coming off the wide red, and even the freeze. So Ryan Fry throwing the heat down here. Can he spin this one in the wide on the wing? Great shot by Ryan Fry. Really good clearing by the Canadian third player.
Exact. Ouais. La même glace.
So
this could have been a Nichols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could have been Mark Nichols for sure. But it wasn't. Ryan Fry stepping into Mark Nichols' shoes and doing a great job there. So I think we might see a guard here thrown up by Benoit Schwartz.
Vitesse. Ok, un peu maintenant. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Ok. Wow, rien. Oh. Oh, rien, il n'y a pas besoin de la finir, elle va toute seule. Ouais, c'est cool, ouais. Fort les gars, ouais. Allez. Encore. Oh.
So, perfectly placed by
Really nice
Schwartz.
weight on that one.
Après, tu reviendras dessus, quoi. La même ligne.
So it'll be a peel year for Gushue, and then expect Schwartz to go for a perfect freeze. He's going to need to sit right on the face of his red stone in the 4-foot circle, led there by Peter de Cruz.
And I've seen him freezing in such situations a couple of times, breaking the neck of the Scottish team in Flims.
Yeah, I was just thinking along the same lines. It was a very similar situation, actually.
Yeah.
Except he only had to steal one that time. He needs to steal two this time. Yeah, Brad Gushue's had a really good game on the whole. Just a slight blip in the 7th end there.
Ok les gars, faut être collé en plein.
So here is this freeze that we spoke about. Just looking to sit right on the face of that redstone in the 4-foot. And hope for a big miss from Brad Gushue.
Vitesse. Oh. Oh les gars, oh. Ligne bonne. Non.
Seems to be quite heavy.
Oh. Oh, Gilles. Rien, non. Jamais.
Well, if they get the line right, even if they do bounce, then they can line it up onto the yellow.
Oh, Gilles, oh.
Coming down nicely now. What a beautiful shot. Benoit Schwartz showing his strength once again.
Oh, even just, if anything, needs to curl an inch more to be perfect. It should be a straightforward peel here for Jeff Stoughton. Jeff Stoughton, Brad Gushue, Jeff Stoughton lost earlier. So for the Swisscup title 2011, Brad Gushue with the peel. Just needs to get one of these reds out. Oh my word. You've got to be disappointed with that if you're Benoit Schwartz. So wide, but gets the job done. And Brad Gushue, 2011 Swisscup champions here in Basel on the Curling Champions Tour.
And this was Daniel Schifferle and
Logan Gray.
And thanks for having you.
Thank you very much, and hopefully I'll be able to join the team in Chambéry if they're going to be there.
So thanks for tuning in. This was the Curling Champions Tour 2011, the third event here in Basel. The Swisscup winner Brad Gushue from Newfoundland, Labrador. We are out. Thank you for tuning in.